welcome. It's Monday. It's Plug Day, of course. To the right of me, to the left of me, it's kind of empty, right? Yeah. Well, Miss Unique and Mr. Sandor, they're busy. They're taking care of some business. So tonight, you guys got me all night to yourself. Of course, we just put a little ode to the great Stan Lee. Everybody knows him from his comics and, his movies, and he was a great inspiration to me as a kid and even as an adult. Just to see a lot of the movies come alive from, a child to now. I never thought I would see these things actually on the big screen. I'd always thought it would be some low budget actors, doing some real choppy, cheesy acting and stuff, but shout out to the great late Stan Lee. We're gonna miss him. We don't know who's gonna pick up after that, but God bless Marvel comics. We all love them. Anime, manga, it's a big part of a lot of our worlds, a big part of my world. We got a great show for you guys tonight. We got two guests. Had to do a little switch up tonight, but it's cool. Next Monday, when Miss Unique comes back, things are going a different direction. But for tonight, we have Mr. Raff. Mr. Raff is an artist, man, and he can draw, man. He does some things, I'm telling you. I've seen some of his work while we were setting up, and woo, I got a little excited. I got a little pumped, because, again, like I said, I'm an artist myself, so we're going to talk with Mr. Raff, and he comes on set after commercial break later on. We also have Miss Nanette in the house. She's in the back setting up, getting in, warming up from the cold and all of that. So it's going to be a great night, I had a pretty busy weekend, I would say, Your boy hasn't gotten a chance to rest yet, but I'm not complaining. When the work comes in, you do what you got to do, But at some point, I think it's real important that we try to find a way to make some me time, so to speak. You can't cater to everybody else's needs, and you got your head just filled with so many things, even though they all mean good and you mean good. But you got to give yourself some me time so that you can focus. You can think, you can execute better. But yeah, I had a pretty interesting weekend. I learned a really big lesson. Lesson number 1. You should never run for the train, okay? This is a very hard lesson learned when you're not really thinking, or maybe you're rushing out the door, getting ready for work, coming from work, heading to an appointment, model appointments, shoots, so forth and so forth. Do not run for the train. My number 1 reason why you should not run for the train, let me show you. This is what happens when you run for the train. Take a look at that. Can we zoom in on this? Right. Now, she works. Yeah. She does everything she needs to do, but in no way is she 100% or happy, man. I got to just run over the cracks every time I use this phone. Kind of pissed off. I got to get another phone. But yeah, it kind of took a really bad fall. My baby. Anyway, do not run for the train. That's my reason. And all in all, I ran for the train. My first sign was headphones fell out my ears. Boop. I should have stopped running, right? Nah, hard-headed. I keep running. Grab the headphones. I think I'm an action hero. Grab the headphones. And I'm still running. Still watching the train. Still running. And phone decided he's going to jump out my pocket. Now I got a dangling phone in my hand. So what do I do naturally? Did I stop running? No, I didn't stop running. Tried to grab it with my other hand, and that's when it happened. And yeah, she kind of like, boom. I don't know, it was kind of like one of those really hard punches when you get really mad, man. I was like, damn. And I still missed the train. Still missed the train. By the time my phone cracked, I was blown. I was like, oh, you know what, I'm done. Still got to go where I'm going, but I'm done. So, missed the train. Woke up the stairs. Get to the train. Guess what? That same train came that I was running for and missed and broke my phone. So I really broke my phone for nothing. I broke it. Don't run for the train. Who I'm gonna be sour at? I can't be mad at anybody. I can't be mad at nobody to my right. They ain't there. Nobody to my left. They ain't there. Gotta be mad at me. Don't run for the train. Besides that, the weekend we did a fashion show. Shout out to Frederick Ramirez. Shout out to Tommy J. Tommy J had a fashion show out in Brooklyn that Mr. Frederick Ramirez, he directed and ran and styled and did everything to make it happen. It was a really nice venue, really nice place, popping stage. It had the big screen behind us so you could see the designers' names on the big screen. Real official, you know what I mean? DJ was there. I was loving it. You know, the mayhem, as always, you know, with these shows is in and out the closed, back and forth, you know. But it was a really good venue. It's a lot of pictures. Some of them are still uploading so many pictures. I don't have enough room on my phone for these, you guys. You know, I gotta wait till I get home and get to my computer so I can download these things and try to save it to a folder. It's just so many pictures, but I appreciate everybody in the group that's, you know, sending all the pictures out from the event and, you know, showing off your work. You guys did a great job. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to Tommy J. Shout out to Frederick Ramirez. You know, the show was really fun. You know, I had a great time. Shout out to Don Pittman. Don Pittman showed up. Mr. Blacktop, Dave Smith, he showed up. You know, it was fun. You know, official jump off. You know, right now we're going to get ready to take a real quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to have Mr. Raf. Y'all going to get to see some of his drawings. We're going to talk a little bit more about Mr. Stan Lee and comics and, you know, that in general. Of course, I love Marvel, but at the same time, you know, I love my Batman too. I think Batman should have been made by Stan Lee if you really ask me. Like, he doesn't really fit in DC, if, you know, you comic guys, if you know what I mean. I feel like he belongs in Marvel. He's more action. Like, he can beat everybody over there. But that's the debate. But we'll be right back. We're going to pay a couple of bills, and we'll be back with Mr. Raf. Peace.
First she pop a Zan, then she roll a weed. She call me Papa Bear, and a nigga off the lean. They sippin' on that dirty, but these niggas know I'm clean. And that's money in my DNA, that's hundreds in my jeans. So you know we bout to run it up, run it up, run it up. Yeah, yeah, run it up, run it up, run it up. Yeah, yeah, run it up, run it up, run it up. Yeah, yeah, run it up, run it up, run it up. Yeah, yeah, we run it up. You fuck with my niggas, we run it up. My chain only shine like the sun is up. We used to be down, but we coming up. Now your shorty go down, she ain't coming up. My mom told me, boy, get your money up. I know we don't play with that funny stuff. She came for DR, now her buns is up. Shorty came here with the straight hair, but she ready to time, now her bun is up. Chop it straight to your stomach, that's tummy tough. And boy, is a rap like a mummy, yeah. And I'm an 80s baby in the gray Mercedes. And I'm grinding hard while they staying lazy. We spray 380s, you smoke. If I slay a lady, you ghost. If I bring the time, you marring. Team getting high, a few marshes. Puffing on that gas like who farted. Shorty bring that ass a new target. And they got just beat me a case. And swiped out with the TD and chase. Money stuffed in the wall. Baby girl said I need me a safe. Sippin' brown, blowing purple. Combination like PB and J. Girl, I love you is easy to say. So I told her come sit on my face. Eat that pussy to squeeze on the waist. Pull a trigger to squeeze on his face, yeah. I'm so hot, told her meet me in space. First she pop a Zan, then she roll a weed. She call me Papa Bear, and a nigga off the lean. They sippin' on that dirty, but these niggas know I'm clean. And that's money in my DNA, that's hundreds in my jeans. So you know we bout to run it up, run it up, run it up. Yeah, yeah, run it up, run it up, run it up. Yeah, yeah, run it up, run it up, run it up. Yeah, yeah, run it up, run it up, run it up. Yeah, yeah, I'm the man, yeah. Eyes chinky like I'm from Japan. What's the plan? Yeah, get that money, they don't understand. She pop a Zen, yeah, she grab my balls and throw her underhand. I'm with the fam, yeah. Henny in my cup mixed with that cran. Don't get bland, yeah. AK strap like we in Pakistan. Don't get jammed, yeah. Strap up black just like an African. Bloods roll like a doobie. Clips slow like a movie. My white bitch, her name is Julie, and she a klepto. She like, let's go off the XO, Lil Uzi. We getting young money, Lil Tunchi. And my black bitch, a little bougie. And my Chinese bitch cooking sushi. And my Spanish bitch is like a ruby. Put them together, make a smoothie, yeah. Just pop this in and I'm loopy, yeah. First she pop a Zan, then she roll a weed. She call me Papa Bear, and a nigga off the lean. They sippin' on that dirty, but these niggas know I'm clean. And that's money in my DNA, that's hundreds in my jeans. So you know we bout to run it up, run it up, run it up. Yeah, yeah, run it up, run it up, run it up. Yeah, yeah, run it up, run it up, run it up. Yeah, yeah, run it up, run it up, run it up. Yeah, yeah, we run it up.
Welcome back. Of course, this is the plug with your host, SoUnique. Sorry, sis. I gotta get used to this, man. Miss Unique is not here with us again tonight for you viewers that are just catching up. Mr. Serotonin is not with us. But to the left of me, I have Mr. Raf. See, told you I could find somebody. So what's up, Raf?
How's everybody doing?
Well, Mr. Raf is an artist, as I was saying earlier, and his work is really, really popular. So we're gonna turn over to Mr. Raf and talk to him a little bit about his craft. Mr. RafsCRafts, that's how we call it, right?
Yes, sir.
So, talk to me, brother. Like, what got you into drawing? Like, what has you, at the passionate level that you're at right now?
To be honest with you, I mean, it was a mixture of a couple things, My uncle, when I was younger, was a really good painter, and I had tried to pick that up a little bit, fell on my face with it, gave that up for a while, and then it was comic books, to be honest with you, man. Looney Tunes and comic books were really the two things that when I saw that animation, I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the exaggerations in their expressions and everything like that, and to me, it was almost an easy way to get into art because if you couldn't draw things perfect, it was okay to draw a big,
right? Because it was cartoons. Face,
yeah. That was pretty much it, man. Bugs Bunny, Marvin the Martian. Those.
I was gonna ask you.
As far as them, I used to have a good laugh watching the Coyote and the Roadrunner, and so between that and my first comic books that I collected were X-Men. I like this guy. I wasn't too much of a Superman.
I really like this guy. I really like this guy, man. He's just saying all the right things, This is not scripted. I just want you to notice, okay?
I had tried to like Superman, but for the longest time, my biggest beef with him was, I couldn't like someone that had every power and his one weakness was the rarest substance in the universe. So it was hard to get excited and, oh my God, is he going to make it out of this? Because you were like, this dude ain't nothing. You know what I mean? So that it was hard for me to like him. But when Zack Snyder came in with Man of Steel and everything like that,
give it up.
I will admit,
give it up.
I am now a Superman fan.
That was the best one to me. To me, that was the best one. They bring him back and like he just has this new look and like to me it's popping.
Definitely.
I like the way they did Man of Steel, although there are some few critics that don't like some of the, I guess, the CGI movement, and stuff. But like the storyline, the way they introduced him to me was really cool. You got to see some of the things that they don't keep repeating every time they make a new Superman movie.
That's what I'm saying. We've all seen that classic scene of him flying across the planet, and the da-da-da-da. So it was cool that Snyder was able to go dark with it without it being like, all right, you went overboard. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just tough enough that it was like, okay, I can like the blue spandex.
And it didn't look too choppy or cheesy. You know what I mean?
So they got a brolic dude to play him, and he took it serious. He didn't.
Yes, he did.
Try and da-da-da-da. He actually tried to play it serious. Yeah.
So you're a fan of both Marvel and DC.
Yes, sir.
I like anime as well, right?
Absolutely.
My guy, see, I told you I like this guy. See, I used to draw when I was in preschool, and believe it or not, as a kid, I think that was my one true love. That was the one thing, like, I got in trouble a lot for, when you're supposed to be doing your work, you're sitting there drawing stuff, but one day, I was drawing something, and even though the teacher, didn't like what I was doing, it was in between, my work was done, but she liked what I drew on the paper, and she kind of entered me into a contest, but, unfortunately at that time, my mother didn't have the money, to get up and move around and go to these, fancy contests, and she didn't know what was going on back then. I didn't know what was going on back then. I was a kid, but I continued, and it was like comics came into play, so much Looney Tunes and, the cartoons that you mentioned, but then you'll find the rare Stan Lee X-Men cartoons that was kind of messed up, to the craft. It kind of gets in my nerve, because when you actually know the story, of what's going on and they put it on TV, you're like, that didn't happen. Like, he wasn't even there. You know what I mean? And it's like, what can you do about it? It's like a million people that'll watch this, but it's still entertaining. You still want to see where the story goes, So I began drawing, do it for school, arts and crafts, got the right pencils, the right paper. And a lot of people don't understand that. Like, you just can't pick up a pen and paper and just say, hey, I'm just going to draw anything.
Number 2 pencil will not cut it. I used to think that was it for the longest time, and it wasn't until a year ago that I started getting into switching up to new pencils. World of difference.
Even the paper. Like, you just can't open up a notebook and just write on regular paper and think your drawing is going to come out the way it's supposed to, man. It just doesn't work that way.
Paper, it all takes a difference on how the drawing's going to look when it's
done. I mean, you got to take it real professional, if you really want your work to shine, and I was really, really passionate about it, but at the same time, I had no guide. I didn't know what was going on, so comics were my life, bro.
Yeah, it's easy to lose yourself in them.
My life, and it's like, I remember I would walk into the store. There was this one store, that they get them every Thursday, every Friday, and I'm getting out of school 2:30, maybe 2:30. You know,
That was the time.
beeline into the store.
Right.
You get to the store, the guy's still putting them up on the rack, and you're warming up your hands like, oh boy. You know, and it's so many of them, man. And it's like Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, X-Man, Uncanny X-Man, Astonishing X-Man.
Right, and that's
Blue
the thing.
X-Men,
People
Gold
don't realize
X-Men,
there's 20
X-Men.
different Spider-Man stories. You know, it is amazing,
You know,
spectacular.
and you got to try to figure them out. You know, and it's like, man, the reading. And like the one thing I want to get through to a lot of people is that, you know, the reading part is what made it important for me as well.
100%.
If there wasn't a storyline, the characters would be boring. It wouldn't matter.
Right,
you
you
know?
had to have
So
substance there.
even if you weren't reading textbooks from school and, you know, doing a whole bunch of study work, which, you know, schoolwork don't teach you nothing anyway. Another story, another day. But, you know, the reading in the comics, you know, they're very intellectual. You have to sit here and know these words to know what's going on in the story.
Especially based on the character. If it's a
Yeah.
highly intelligent villain or something like that, you actually had to put some thought into keeping track of what that guy's story was.
True. And it's like, you'll see him do something new, but if you don't know what's up, you know, hey, that's cool, but you don't actually know how it happened.
Right,
You know, I used to follow Tony Stark a lot. That's my guy. You know, the invincible Iron Man, as they call him.
Yes.
You know, my reasons for liking Stark, believe it or not, is because he's more human.
Right.
Without the suit, you know, Stark doesn't have too many powers, but this.
Right.
And I
Great
think
brain power, but that's it.
But I think that's the most important power you need. He can
I
go
would
out to
say
any
that.
shop and recreate a new suit. He's done it many times, man.
Right.
We're talking about this like it's real because it is real. This is what people do that talk about comics. We talk about it like it's real, okay? The same way you guys go home and gossip at work and talk about all that boring stuff at work. This is what guys do. When a girlfriend is calling and we're not answering the phone, this is what guys are doing, okay? We're talking about superheroes, okay?
On a serious
All right.
level. Well, no, it's true though. You know, like personally, I mean, I have a tattoo of the Punisher on me because he's my favorite character strictly based on the fact that he is 100% human.
That's right.
He doesn't have a superpower to be a hero. So
guy's the
there's
best.
so many different layers to it. This is
Believe it or not, all the superheroes that I pick them because they're human. Solely because of the reasons that you said you don't like Superman.
Right.
Because you have someone who has all these, you know, superpowers, but he rarely uses them. You know,
Right,
and it's kind of just cheesy to see him in a fight and he has, you know, no way to get to him. You know what I mean? You have no way to see him go through it, adversity and come back up. You know what I mean? Whereas you have guys like Batman or Stark where they're under pressure when they don't have their suit or their gadgets and stuff like that. Batman's my guy. Don't forget that, DC. You know, but I like those guys because, you know, they're more human than mutant or you know, bio experiment or, you know, something crazy
And not
like
just that, but
you
you know what? Sometimes their fall makes their rise 10
That's
times
right,
better.
that's right,
So, you know,
that's
you
right.
see this character go through something that not only maybe you can connect with,
Right.
but just something that is a little more grounded in reality. And you're like, okay, now it's something to worry about because Homeboy doesn't have his suit of armor now, or
Right.
he doesn't have this. So without those things, how is he going to overcome this now?
That's
You
right,
know what
that's
I mean?
right,
So
that's
those
right.
were the guys that I liked watching who they had me on the edge of my seat going, all right, how's this going to go? Whereas certain characters, it was just like, yeah, this guy's going to beast on this guy. He's a B-list villain, you know?
Right, right.
I don't like predictability in my stories, whether it's comics or books, you know what I mean?
True. See, like, I have this debate on Facebook where there's a very hostile group of superhero fans, man. And I mean, they are hostile. If you thought Facebook
Cutthroat.
was hostile, get into a Facebook group where you're just bigging up superheroes. Man, I just don't stay in there. You know what I mean?
No.
But we are going to take, oh, wait a minute. Let's take a look at this big screen right here.
Oh, there.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Old school.
Look at that. That's right there. Old school Batman. That's. You can't say this on the air, but that's kick your Batman. Yeah.
That's Frank Miller Batman right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drew that. Believe it or not, man, I was about
Check that
17 years old when I drew that picture, man. Yeah, I've had that for a long time.
Yo, man, that's hot, man.
I got it from a cover where they actually had a crossover between Batman and Spawn. They teamed up for a little while.
Right.
And the cover had Batman on one side looking at him with Spawn on the other side. And I
Right.
just couldn't draw Spawn at the time, so I did Batman.
Yo, that's hot, man.
Thank you very much.
Man, your work is phenomenal, though, man. We're gonna get into that when we come back from our commercial break.
Good stuff.
But like I was saying, there's hostile group of superhero groups on Facebook, and the reason why they're hostile is because of the comparison, so to speak. So I'm going to ask you. Let's see how this works out. Let's see how this works out. First, let's ask who's your favorite Marvel? Who's your favorite DC?
Oh my God. It's like asking me which one of my kids I love more. I would have to say, honestly, from Marvel, Wolverine.
Okay.
And
good pick.
From DC, does it have to be a hero?
Whoever,
or any character?
Whoever you like in DC. Your choice.
I would have to say the Joker's the epitome of my being a fanboy of certain characters. I love them.
I just want you guys to recognize, if you didn't know who the Joker is, just realize he's in Batman's world. Batman's world, okay? That's what makes
Batman
DC popping. The Batman world, Gotham, okay? If you guys also didn't notice, you realize Manhattan from across the water looks just like Gotham.
Not to mention the Statue of Liberty did pop up in Batman Forever, so
more real than your superhero.
Exactly, there ain't no Metropolis.
More real than your superhero. Hey, I'm cracking jokes. There's a lot of people that make jokes and crack at Batman, because they feel like he can't do anything. More real than your superhero. Hey, look at that. That's you
there
too?
We go. Yeah, that's me.
Joker, baby.
Batman the Animated Series.
That's right. That's right.
What I grew up watching right there. Mark Hamill doing the voice on.
That's right. That's right.
Which, in my opinion, if he lost some weight, he would be the quintessential Joker. Unfortunately, Luke Skywalker's got him a little chubby right now.
Yeah.
He dropped the weight down. Mark Hamill is the Joker.
He has too many hats, man. Too many jobs. The force isn't with him on that one.
Right.
But anyway. So we're gonna do our little quick superhero comparison, and let's see how the reasons come out. And I guess the best thing I can say for the viewers is we try to keep it simple and not go in the nerd world where nobody knows what we're talking about. Kind of happens, But let's see. Let's put Stark, infamous Iron Man, Marvel, and we're gonna mix it up. Stark, infamous Iron Man against Playboy billionaire Bruce Wayne. Batman. Who wins?
Suits are involved or no?
Everything's involved. It's who they are.
Batman's got the win. I gotta say Batman got the win because Stark would go at him firing everything the suit can do at one shot, and Batman would be smart enough to know that he's gonna shoot his whole load in the first shot and just gotta counter it, So
now,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Now that's how we feel. Of course, I agree with you. That's how we feel. But I Googled, because I really want to see what Google thought about it. Google feels like Stark is 100 times smarter than Bruce Wayne, and that Stark can find his way out of that battle.
I'll give him the intelligence, but I still don't think he's got the wit and the being 2 steps ahead of the person.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Batman v Superman, he knew how to take down Superman before he even got to the kryptonite speed.
Mm-hmm.
He knew, tire him out. You got to hit him with the gas, blind,
That's
stuff
right.
like that. So I think, honestly, I will give that Stark had the intelligence, but I still think that Batman has the will and the technique to still outsmart Tony Stark.
I agree. I agree. Totally on the one thing that we said a little bit earlier. If they go at it, I feel like Batman will find a way to disable that suit.
Oh, yeah.
And if they go toe-to-toe, I like Tony, but, man, he's going to take a beating, buddy.
He's not the fighter Batman is
right.
without the
That's
suit.
right.
Batman without the suit is still
right.
nasty
Beast
with the
mode.
hands. So.
Beast mode. You hear me? Beast mode. Moving on. Everything's mixed in, right?
Things mixed in.
Superman, full power.
Okay.
Even though you don't like Superman, we're gonna trust you to, judge without, being too impartial. Anyway, Superman versus one of my favorites, Goku.
Ooh.
Now that's a heavy debate. Everybody's wondering, we're just debating,
that's a
just
heavy
debating.
Debate. My son might be mad at me for saying this, but I think Superman. I think Superman because I think he would end up pulling some power out that we ain't seen in God knows how long that we forgot about. That would end up giving him the edge on it. And he's durable enough to be able to withstand Goku slamming him through a wall with some blast on Super Saiyan level, whatever. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where it's like, even if Goku messed him up, I feel like Superman would still stand up and kind of like just
brush it off.
So,
I'm not mad at you there. I'm not mad. Like, that's a heavy debate, but I would go Goku.
that's my want.
I'm a heavy
to win.
Goku fan, but I would go Goku. Why? Well, for you guys that watch Dragon Ball Z, they tell you, look, got another.
My son's picture right there.
You know this?
7 years old, my son drew that, man.
We're gonna talk more about him too. But for the mere fact that Saiyans, after they're defeated and they're eaten up, they get stronger.
Right.
They evolve
Right,
and they keep
right.
evolving. And to my knowledge, there's no limit that Goku can go. And if you're not actually paying attention,
right.
you're not actually paying attention, you're gonna miss Vegeta coming up right behind you.
Yes.
So don't ever think, even though that guy is out there fighting alone, there's somebody that wants to get the win before he does.
And Vegeta's my dude. I remember him blowing the wall out of the Coliseum.
That's
during
my
the
favorite
Cell
too.
games, and he's savage. So
I like him better savage, but you can't be both. You know.
No.
What I get out of it though, you know, there was old saying. They say, you can't be. How's it go? You can't be a humble or a fair king. Is the word.
Right.
You know, to be a king, there's gonna be some things you got to do that are very unfair.
Right.
And that's my guy, Vegeta.
No, definitely.
You know.
People say that, you know, it falls into the whole, you know,
Hey.
you can't be all good and all powerful.
Your son
you know
drew
what
that
I mean?
too, right?
That's one of his pieces. Yeah, that was one of the first ones he did.
Cool.
I gave him some pointers on how to shade it. That was it.
Check that out. 11 years old, people. 11. Moving on. So, here we go. We're going to go with one of my favorite females. Let's go with Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Let me make this a little tough. Wonder Woman is a, whoo, boy, man. That Wonder Woman movie's popping. I like Wonder Woman.
The Wonder Woman movie.
Gail got it. Oh, man.
That was
I think
just
they
as
did
good
it.
as I hoped it would have been.
Yeah. But we're gonna put Miss Wonder Woman against our upcoming superhero that has yet to hit the screen, but she has a debut. We are talking about Miss Marvel. Yeah. So we have two powerful females. How do you go?
Captain Marvel. As much as my want is for Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
I think Captain Marvel does, in certain ways and certain abilities, outpower her, and she would be able to take her down.
Smart guy.
Not with an easy fight, though, because, like I said, my want would be for Wonder Woman, and she's
Right.
capable of putting foot to the rear end. So
Mm-hmm.
I would say that.
They say Captain Marvel is class 100 on with the Hulk, on with Superman and Thanos and all these guys. They say she can move planets, bro.
Right. Hulk shatters them, she moves them. So
You know, and like she's getting really, really strong. For those who not in the comic book world who don't know, the X-Men Rogue, this is where Rogue stole her powers from.
Absolutely, yes.
A little bit of comic fact. Shout out to Stan Lee. You know, but yeah, I would go Miss Marvel on that one.
I'd have to say so.
You know, Wonder Woman. I like Wonder Woman, but I don't think she can go to levels that Captain Marvel goes. Man, I mean, she's intergalactic. You know, police. You know, she's taking on anything and everything out there. You know, whatever may come, and she's feared out there.
Oh yeah, no,
You know what I mean? So
don't think for 1 second because she's a female, all those bounty hunters out in space are like, yeah, whatever. No, they know that name and they know to run from it.
Man, let's see. Okay, we're gonna dive a little bit. I think we're gonna go in the water. We're gonna go in the water. Yeah, we're gonna go in the water. Let's just bring up the obvious. Let's go with, of course, Aquaman coming out with a new movie, and I kind of like the way that looks. I kind of like the way it looked in Justice League as well.
Let me tell you something. Not only was I pleased with what I saw in Justice League,
Yeah.
I just recently saw the new trailer for
Aquaman.
Black Panther is looking beautiful. Straight off the pages. And the last 5 seconds of that trailer, when you get to see him in the actual like old school, I was wondering if they were going to be able to do that old school uniform and not make him look like a fool.
You and me both.
I I was
You
like,
and me
please,
both.
I like the tattoos.
Because that's the one
I like
thing you
all
don't
that,
want to
but-
happen if they destroy the character on the
Right,
big
I was
screen.
like,
You know what I
they
mean?
show him in that orange spandex, it's
Oh,
gonna
man.
ruin it, and they managed to pull it off in a
Yo.
way where I was like,
He looks
oh
hot.
my god, thank you.
Now, here's my thing with that. Here's my one thing. I want to see how well they perfect it when at some point, because it's gonna happen, at some point, his mask comes off. Because for the viewers who don't know, back home, we have a black villain superhero who is very like undergraded, like he's not talked about, like he's he's really super smart. This is like the Tony Stark of underwater. You know what I mean? And he's not talked about, man. Like, are you serious? Whew, my guy.
Black Manta's
But
a villain.
let's go with, of course, Aquaman versus Namor, Submariner, because believe it or not, it's still carrying on. God bless Stan Lee, of course, but the Marvel DC wars will continue.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So while we're waiting for this Aquaman movie to come, I already seen notice that they're making a Submariner movie. They're just coming with
the
it.
words come out about
You know.
that. Yeah.
So, how do you go?
If it's Jason Momoa's Aquaman,
Woo,
Aquaman.
buddy.
If it's regular Arthur Curry from the comics, I would say no. But if it's Jason Momoa's Aquaman,
Right.
I'd have to say yes
Because he's bringing
that
it.
man
He's
is for
bringing
real.
it. Yeah,
he
he's
is for
bringing it.
real.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. I can't disagree really, because I haven't seen what their Submariner would be depicted as, but
Right.
from the comics that I know, Namor is not to be messed with, brother.
Oh no, not at all.
He goes toe to toe with the Hulk as well. Another class
Yes,
100. This
yes.
man is powerful beyond what they show on the big screen. And when they say, "Oh, he's the guy that controls the fish," and he says he controls the water type nonsense. I didn't like that line, but
They leave
he's
it real bland like
like,
that.
what the hell is that? But anyway, he goes toe to toe with the Hulk. Like, he's respected by a lot of the intergalactic superheroes as well. Like, this man is something to be feared.
100%,
He
yeah.
doesn't sit here and play with whales and fish and all this mess, man. He has an army. We're talking about these super dupe Submariner men, like.
The metahumans, right, or something like that. Yeah, metahumans.
And at some point, I don't know where they're going with it, but what it looks like is that, the people from his kingdom are somehow mixed in with Diana's kingdom.
It's looking that way, yeah.
Some
I'm not 100%. It's
kinda way.
still a little shaky on what the story is going to be from what I've been seeing online.
Because I don't remember that ever being in the comics.
No, definitely not. We could be wrong, but
Right.
I don't remember that.
See, this is what it looks like, ladies, when we're at home talking about the comics. See how excited we are, like a bunch of big kids, and it's just great, and there's no interruptions, and we're talking about things you have no clue about, but we know what we're talking about, and you're like, what are you talking about? And then you get mad when we have to explain it to you, and you're like, oh my God, superhero stuff, why don't you grow up? This is why we don't grow up, because we're having too much fun.
Listen, if our lives were as interesting as the superheroes that we like, then we wouldn't be into the superheroes.
I'm trying
We'd
to
be
tell
doing
you.
our thing.
Here's
Oh, yes.
One of my
this one I
favorites.
like a lot, man. This one I did a while back, probably like a couple months ago.
Right.
And I saw the face. It was the picture I found online was just of the face.
Right.
And I just couldn't do a head version of it. And I'm not really too fantastic yet at getting a full spectrum Hulk, so I pick and choose my angles. And so I just kind of zoomed in and wanted to give like a, he's coming out of the page kind of thing. But one of my favorite expressions, and if I'm not mistaken, this was from an issue of the Rampaging Hulk, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
But I think that's where I ended up getting from. But I mean, Hulk's one of my all-time favorites, man.
Good,
that whole battle
good.
between him and Bruce Banner is great.
Good. So since Hulk is your favorite, this is gonna be our last one. We're gonna put the Hulk up against our newest version of Broly.
Newest version of Broly.
Oh yeah. For you guys that don't know, that is anime Dragon Ball Z, of course.
Yes,
We are gonna dip into that world. It's my world too. Broly is one of my favorites in Dragon Ball Z. But
You're asking me
he's a
sucker punch
monster.
Questions. I would honestly, I could see those two beating each other to death.
He's a monster.
I could see
man.
those two beating each other to death. I don't really think one person would come out
Stalemate.
dominating over the other one.
Stalemate.
Stalemate, definitely.
I'm with that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here's our view. That was our view on comics from Marvel, from DC, and from anime. Of course, this is our opinions, not actual facts. So I don't want to get a bunch of hate mail and phone calls and a bunch of crap about this comic book stuff. When we come back, we're going to talk to Mr. Raf more about his drawings. He even bring a few pieces that we're going to show off to you guys. We're going to talk a little bit more about his son, and we're going to continue on about comics. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
See you guys soon.
Yo, man, why you always late, man?
The bus.
Every day the bus?
Yeah, the bus.
Come on, man, you gotta do better. Come on time.
Old lady, she wanted to see. I couldn't. Nothing I could do.
We're gonna see from tomorrow, man.
right.
Last chance. Make sure you go stock up everything.
All right, I'll stack up.
What up? You're a goddess. You're a goddess. That means you're perfect. That means you're perfect. I'm just a mortal. I'm just a mortal. That's in your presence. That's in your presence. I say your beauty is everything, babe. It's like a bright light that's shining freely. That's shining freely. I don't wanna be that dude that comes off very rude when I see you. But I'ma say this when I meet you. Hey, Miss Beautiful, how you doing today? It's really nice to meet you. I swear it's something special about you, baby. Hey, Miss Beautiful, how you doing today? I think I'm falling for you, but I don't even know you, baby. It's your essence, your skin complexion, that got me open. I swear you know this. It's not magic, normal attraction that got me pulled in. Of course you know this. I don't wanna be that dude that comes off very rude when I see you. But I'ma say this when I meet you. Hey, Miss Beautiful, how you doing today? It's really nice to meet you. I swear it's something special about you, baby. Hey, Miss Beautiful, how you doing today? I think I'm falling for you, but I don't even know you, baby. Hey, Miss Beautiful. Hey, Miss Beautiful. Hey, Miss Beautiful, you are. What up? Hey, Miss Beautiful, how you doing today? It's really nice to meet you. I swear it's something special about you, baby. Hey, Miss Beautiful, how you doing today? I think I'm falling for you, but I don't even know you, baby. Hey, Miss Beautiful, how you doing today? It's really nice to meet you. I swear it's something special about you, baby. Hey, Miss Beautiful, how you doing today? I think I'm falling for you, but I don't even know you, baby. Hey, Miss Beautiful. Hey, Miss Beautiful. Hey, Miss Beautiful.
Yo, man. What are you doing? 5 minutes standing over there.
Oh.
Daydreaming or something? Hurry up, go sweep something or do something, man.
Alright, I got it. Alright.
Hey, welcome. We are back with Mr. Raff. Mr. Raff, we've been chilling, we've been talking about comics, we've been talking about comparisons with superheroes and, seeing who's going to turn out better and all of that, But now we're going to take a look at some of Mr. Raff's work. Show us what you got, bro.
All right. Started a while back trying to get into this, not necessarily 3D, but more like illusion art.
Got it.
And stuff that would trick your eye a little bit. So
Three-dimensional.
Am I able to hold this up?
Yeah. Show it right to the camera. Let them see it.
This one right here, I did a while back. It seems really simple, but believe it or not, when you're trying to make things overlap and trick your eye, it is extremely hard.
Three-dimensional, yeah, man. The shading.
You naturally want to correct it.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that one got me.
This right
Take a look at this.
Get in close enough on that one.
That one got me.
I drew a water drop on a piece of paper. This I actually saw a lot of people doing this piece.
Yo.
And when I saw it online, man, I was just like, yo, that's one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's hot.
See if I could do that. You know what I mean? And by luck.
Crazy.
And then, yes, sir. That's actually the next one I was gonna
check it. Check it.
But yeah, so we, stuff
like
that. That's
for
actually I traced my hand on that one.
Say what?
And then just basically used the lighting that I was getting from the kitchen light to shade it in and stuff like that.
That is crazy. Wow. That is crazy, yo.
And then
the shading is good, man.
Thank you very much.
Not a number 2, people. Not a number 2.
No. That's the kind of stuff that you can't even erase.
Oh, yeah, you gotta show that.
And so this one here.
Check that out. Look.
There's another one that I saw someone else do, and it was almost like a challenge. You know what I'm saying? I saw the picture and was like, you know what? That's one of the dopest things I've ever seen someone do.
That is
crazy. Make it look like it's actually coming out at you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had to try it, and luckily enough, man, this was my first try. I nailed it. I haven't been able to do it again since the right way. You know what I'm saying? But I really, there's something about being able to draw something that takes your eye, and you got to follow it. You look around and you're just like, wait a minute, how are those lines connecting? You know
That's
what
crazy.
I mean? Like, so almost like a magic eye.
I mean, when you're drawing these pieces, can you draw them in distraction, or do you need like total quiet?
Not at all. Usually, depending on what I'm drawing, I will like if I'm drawing a character from a movie, I'll either put the movie on or the soundtrack to the movie on while I'm drawing, and then hearing their lines,
like motivation,
hearing their voices, just kind of helps me. Like, yeah, this is how it should be done. You know what I mean?
Wait till y'all see this one. Oh wow, look what he did.
Yes, sir.
That's
that is
crazy.
My brain just about every Wednesday. That's about every Wednesday.
Yo, that's crazy.
After 3 days of helping the kids with homework, getting them on the bus every morning. That's pretty much what my head looks like.
Yeah, I know what that life used to be like. Check this out.
This right here, this is one of my most
favorite
characters of all time.
Boy.
Street Fighter was my game back in the day when I was a kid.
I just got mad that they downplayed him, man. That made me very upset, man.
In the movie,
because he is the man.
He got destroyed in the movie.
Yeah, they downplayed him, made him whack, all of that.
He's hard to mess with.
Infamous.
I mean? Got some yoga fire here for you
guys.
Dalsim crushing it. This was actually, I got this picture from
That's hot.
Pop figures are now soon going to be coming out with like Street Fighter characters and stuff like that. And I saw just like a concept art drawing of it that they had online.
Okay.
And ran with it. I was like, yo, he looks dope. I got to do it. This is for all the 90s video game players out there.
Yeah, I used to play this game.
All you 90s video game players.
Earthworm Jim.
Remember Earthworm Jim, okay?
I used to play that game, yo.
That game on the Genesis was
old
one of the hardest
school.
games
What? Let's see if they remember this one. The name wasn't there. I bet you they couldn't guess it.
Let's see if you guys can get that one right
Bing, bing,
there.
bing.
I'll give you a hint.
We'll pick that up. Bing, bing, bing.
The champion with the guy to beat in this game.
Mike Tyson punch out, baby.
I got Glenn.
Oh, we got another one. Look.
King Hippo.
This guy is awesome, yo.
King Hippo.
This guy is awesome.
And now we're going to step into our world, the comic book world a little bit.
Let's get it.
Oh, there you go. I
Yo,
didn't realize how much
check that out.
You got a small
Yo.
eye patch on you.
Hey,
You're
come
good.
on, man. Come on, man. Guys are making fun of my eye. That's not cool, man.
So here I got, like I said, my all-time favorite Wolverine.
Got busted chin and everything, man.
Oh yeah, man. You
That's
gotta
real
have
right
that.
there.
I tried growing my beard like that for a while, and
That's real right
I
there.
thought it was dope for about a week, and
Yeah.
then I was like, "Yo, junior high kids do stuff like this. I can't be walking around trying to look like Wolverine at 34 years
You know what's
old,
crazy
you know?
about that? Hugh Jackman actually tuned into one of my Instagram pictures that
You're
I put.
kidding me.
Yeah, like I was told that on Instagram, if you pay attention, there's like I guess a little blue symbol or ribbon that signifies that that's the real person.
Oh yeah.
Or so.
Yeah.
And I had a picture with Liam. I think it's what's his Liam. I forgot his last name, but the guy that plays Wolverine. And he was
Okay,
he
I know
was
what you're
in the
talking
lobby with me, and he took a picture. I put it up, and Hugh Jackman just bing bing.
See, and people don't realize, people who aren't trying to do stuff like this,
Yeah.
they don't realize how that little like is
Made
like
my whole day. Yeah.
exactly. You see someone
Made
even
my whole day.
semi-famous like your stuff, and you're like, what? You know?
I was impressed. It made me say, you know what? I gotta see what else I could find. Who else I could tune into?
Yeah, no, man. Let me tell you, I've drawn plenty of pictures of the Joker and sent them to Mark Hamill's Instagram. No, it's one of those things where they're busy guys and everything,
Right,
but I'm hoping that
right.
one day these dudes will flip through it and
see it
snap,
when they get a
look at
chance.
This, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if all I got back was hey man, that was a great picture.
Man, if they spoke, I don't know.
I don't need $1 from it. You know what I mean? Like, just to know that Mark Hamill was feeling my
Spoke.
artwork.
That's right.
That'd be it for
Be
me.
hype.
Right there, you know?
Hey, Sandor.
Yes,
I
sir.
know you're a model and everything, but I didn't know he had your body perfectly. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, I already know what he's gonna be.
What's that? What's that?
I already knew he was coming as soon as he said that.
He made it so the future. I'm gonna have to trade. Look. We're gonna have to talk. I'm gonna have to trademark that. Look. Starting to look like the carnival, right? Look. My head right over.
It looks perfect.
Got my head over the picture of the carnival.
When I posted that, I said to all the guys
That's
out there
crazy.
looking for the perfect body, just print it out, slap it on the front of the shirt, you're good to go.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No.
Yeah. Shout out to Charles. Yo.
So with the upcoming Hellboy movie coming out,
Yeah. That's what's
I show
up.
my love for Hellboy.
Hey.
Another one. This one we had up already.
So
Let
the
me see
incredible,
here.
credible.
Here we go. For the Sin City fans.
Ooh.
For the Frank Miller, Robert Rodriguez fans, there you go. There's more.
He do it all. He do it all.
After he got done mangling a priest.
Wow.
Then here we go with some DC.
Good
Got
stuff.
a Batman villain here.
Good
Killer
stuff.
Croc.
That's right. I kind of like the way they did Killer Croc. They just made him a little small, man.
He was a little small.
Yeah.
He was a little small.
I think they
The
should have
only
made him
reason
bigger.
I was able to forgive what they did with him was because I recently read the Joker comic by Brian Azzarello.
Okay.
And in his version of it,
Mhm.
Killer Croc pretty much was just like a jacked bald dude with, like, the skin didn't even really almost look that reptilian.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw that there in in one of the versions of it that was kind of canon to how he was supposed to look,
Right.
I was a little more forgiving about how he looked.
It wasn't bad. Yeah. It
You know
wasn't
what I
bad.
mean? But at first, when I saw him, I was pissed because I felt like he should have been CG'd.
Right.
And he should have been at least 3 feet taller than everybody else on the set. You know?
So then you agree with me when they did Juggernaut? I just wanted to shoot everybody. Excuse my language. Don't want to say that on national TV.
No, I got you.
But yeah, I wanted to give you guys something, man.
Now, when Vinnie Jones played Juggernaut, I wasn't feeling that. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
my
The suit and
goodness.
everything like that, just I wasn't feeling it.
He was
and
mad little, man.
Deadpool 2 did it right, though. They
Right.
CG'd him. He was easily 4 or 5 feet taller
Monster.
than everybody.
Yeah, he
and
was a monster.
He got to beast. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
So I was happy with that. They made up for that with me. Oh, that Venom. I did that on vacation. I
That's
was
hot.
up in Vermont at my friend's wedding.
Yeah, that's hot.
And I was just chilling while they were doing the
Did you
rehearsal and everything.
Get a chance
like
to check that movie?
Nah, not yet,
Venom?
man. My son saw it.
I'm gonna be quiet.
He came home with the quickness and was like, I was like,
I'm
don't
gonna be
say
quiet,
nothing.
dude.
It's hard enough as it is because on YouTube
Good movie,
they
though.
post clips of it. You know what I mean? So like,
Don't believe him.
it's hard for me to not click and be like, I just want to see this one fight. You know?
Well, here's what's gonna happen. If you click on one of them, it's gonna show you what you see on regular TV, the commercial, and then some CG guy's gonna step in or some nonsense. You're gonna be like, what the heck?
It's happened to me before. It's happened to me where I've gone to click on
not gonna
scenes
see
that ain't
anything.
supposed to be released yet, and
Yeah.
you get that "Never Gonna Give You Up." That dude will pop up and start singing it. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. They got me again.
That's right.
You know which one I'm talking about.
Well, this is why I stopped snooping, because that kind of hurts my feelings, and there's nobody to lash out at. So it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna avoid this. Just avoid it, 100%. I'll wait till the movie comes out. You know?
Let me see here. I'm gonna get
wow.
oh.
Got you.
Oh, all right. So yeah,
Hey,
yeah. Let me quick.
Let me see what you got hiding over there.
Got you. Over here, this is a jewelry box I made for my wife.
Got
I
it.
don't know how close I might have to get here for. Oh yeah, he's got a picture up. There we go.
Popping.
The red on it, believe it or not, is as simple as it's just paint marker, but the black design for the Harley Quinn and everything is actually burnt into the wood.
Say
I got
word.
a tool that has all these different tips on it, thick ones, little ones, and everything.
Yeah.
You can actually burn designs into the wood. So when it's finished, I usually put like a felt liner on the inside and everything like that. But when I get them, they're completely blank.
So you customize them,
Right.
much.
So it's completely open to
That's fire.
whoever that person's into. If you're
That's
into
fire.
a character that's from DC, Marvel, it doesn't even have to be anything like that. It could be butterflies, cats,
That's fire.
whatever it is, you know what I mean? Then you let me know what it is. I slap it on there, you know what I mean? And they, believe it or not, wood burning is kind of one of the more expensive fields to get into, but I don't want to try and play that game. So in all honesty, I sell them for the same price I buy them for.
Okay.
You know, I make no money on
Well,
them.
I mean,
it's more for just being able to just see.
Right.
I like going to somebody's house and seeing it sitting on the shelf and being like, all right, you know what?
It's the greatest honor, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Greatest
People come
honor.
in and go, hey, that's pretty
That's
cool.
hot.
Who did that for
Yeah.
you? That
I mean,
to me is
while
worth it,
we're
you know?
talking about it, tell the people where they can find you. Give them your Instagram, your website. You know, where can they reach out to you and possibly order one of those? You know?
Website is coming. Unfortunately, right now, if you want to get a hold of me and order anything, you can order it at RafsCRafts on Instagram. DM me. Anything that's a 12-inch piece like you just saw is $15. Doesn't matter who the character is, how much detail,
Hey, that's
anything
hot.
like that. Just DM me and tell me who you're into, what you like, and you have two options. You can send me a picture and say, I want a hand-drawn version of this.
Right.
Or what I prefer people to do is send me a bunch of pictures that are in the area that you like, and let me use my style to blend a couple of those
and make
together
it
and go,
better.
okay, I like the face on this one, I like this on this one, and put it together. So I mean, for everybody out there who's interested in ordering, whether it's a drawing or the boxes,
Right.
100% customizable. It doesn't have to be comic book stuff. Doesn't have to be anything like that. That's just what I'm into. So when I make it for myself, of course, that's what I'm going to do.
Well, you guys already know he about to be my best friend. I need an artist, man. You know what I mean? I mean, a real artist that can put pen to paper, that can draw. I'm about to get a new tattoo. Y'all don't even know what's up right
Been
now,
down that
man.
road 100 times, man. I make tattoos all the time. So.
Oh, it's about to be a done deal. You don't even know. It's about to be a done deal. But we're going to get ready to take another quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to have the beautiful Miss Nanette, and we'll be back in a few. Yo.
My body, my temple, my spirit, my home. I am a queen. This is my throne. I am connected to all. Undaunted, I'm standing tall. I am a goddess. I am goddess. I am goddess, I am goddess. Wanna feel like a goddess, better act like it. Say, I am a goddess, I am goddess. My
Hey, what's up, people? Welcome back. Welcome back. Hello. How are you doing, Miss Nanette? How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing really, really good. Of course, we don't have our host here today, so
I
yeah.
understand she's doing some other stuff.
Yeah,
That's cool.
you know that's the life. Sometimes we get busy, pulled
Yeah,
in
we
other
get a little
direction.
busy
So
and we
shout
go
out to
another
Miss
direction.
SoUnique and shout out to Mr. Serotonin. Good luck,
Shout out.
on what you
Hey,
guys are doing.
holla.
But we have the wonderful Miss Nanette with us tonight.
Hi,
And she has a lot of things going on tonight. So we're gonna turn over to Miss Nanette and we're gonna, speak on what you got popping. Talk to us.
Oh, where should I start? I got a few things going on.
Oh, good. I'm
Listen.
listening.
My life has been kind of crazy since I came, especially into 2018. But just in the last few months, it's been quite busy. Is not the word. I want to say overwhelming,
Okay.
kinda.
Yeah.
But I handle it. What have I got going on?
Talk to us.
Well, recently, I just started as a editorial creative director for a magazine.
Wow. Congrats.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, we did a shoot with Hank Pegaron.
Paragon. Yeah, I know
Pegaron.
Hank. Yeah.
I pronounce it one way. He knows how to pronounce his name. But I love
Right.
Hank. I love
Yeah,
Hank. I
good
love
guy.
Hank. I
Shout
love
out to Hank Paragon.
I love him because there are two things. I think he's a phenomenal photographer.
Yes.
And when I asked him to do the first shoot that I did, which was Nature's Mother for Beyond Your Frame magazine, where Elle Anderson is the CEO, it wasn't too much I had to tell him.
Right.
Once we put the concept out there, he took it and he ran with it. And so we ended up on the cover of the magazine for
Fire. Beyond Your Frame.
Beyond Your Frame.
Yeah.
And I do have the magazine with me. Hold
Girl,
on.
you know I want to see. You know I want to see.
So we ended up on the cover of Beyond Your Frame magazine for September 2018.
Look at that. Look.
That be me, y'all.
Woo.
On the
Hey.
front of the cover is myself and another model.
That's right. My
best
brother.
friend of mine.
That's right.
I've known this gentleman 20 plus years.
Wow.
Yeah, Eustace Collins.
That's right.
So
Shout out to Mr. Collins. What's up, brother?
Mr. Collins. So when I decided I wanted to do this, I was thinking of who would be the best look to who would be the best person to give me the best look that I wanted.
Right.
I asked him. I had asked someone else originally. I won't mention any names because I know they're listening. I had asked someone else originally, but time constraints wouldn't let them participate. So
Oh.
my next
wow.
choice, my next best choice was Collins.
Right. Great
When he
choice.
said yes, I was excited.
Girl.
And it didn't take much. Again, because we've known each other for 20 plus years, we're good friends. So it didn't take much to create this,
Right.
Nature's Mother. And there were shoots. There was shoots within a shoot. We had Nature's Mother. We had King and Queen of Africa. And then we
wow.
had an evening shoot. It was a combination of things all in one. And how that played out was, after asking Hank to do this with me, he said, well, congratulations. I said, congratulations? I don't know what you're talking about. He said, yeah, Elle has, well, I knew she had been wanting to do a feature on me for a while.
Right.
But then we decided to combine the two, and he said, you've been chosen for the cover.
Wow.
There you go.
That's fire. Now, I've seen some pictures that are not on the cover, man. Those pictures in Egypt that you guys
That's
did.
the second magazine. That's the October issue. Beyond Your Frame. Listen, guys, you got to get these magazines. I'm telling you.
Wow.
Y'all, models don't seem to understand. Or maybe, well, I'm not going to say they don't understand. I'm unique
Right.
in a lot of different ways. When you say you're doing an editorial shoot or you're going to do a shoot for a magazine,
Right.
I think it takes a little bit more than standing against a backdrop
Right.
in designer's clothes.
Right.
You got to be a little bit more creative. So we decided to I decided to put concepts to the shoots that I want to do. Everything that you see in the Egyptian shoot
Yeah.
and Mother's Nature and
Yeah.
the African shoots, those are my concepts.
Ooh, girl. Y'all better get with her. Y'all better
my
get with her.
concepts. I mean, to do a designer's outfit, a garment, that's fine, but there has to be a theme for me
Right.
with the garment that I put on. I can't just put it on, especially if I'm going to do a shoot and say it's an editorial shoot.
Right.
I have to have a theme for it. I'm not going to put on the garment, take the picture, and boom, I think I'm going to be on
Then
the
that's
cover.
it. Right,
That's
right.
it.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
that's the Egyptian.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Wow,
Yeah,
man.
that's it.
For you guys at home, man, y'all got to see the rest of them pictures, man. They all up against pyramids and sunsets, and I'm like, yo,
Well, we kind of made it.
that's powerful.
We had
I
to
really
make
like
it very
that.
creative. And this is all Hank. Hank and his imagination. Once I gave him the concepts, he just ran with it.
Shout out to all you guys, Collins, Hank, man, you
The
guys did a
designer-
phenomenal job. The designer
designer
as
on this
well.
was she calls herself Unique Raven.
Okay.
I know her as
I
Coretta.
know Unique
Flavors
Raven.
of Fullness.
Yeah.
Flavors of Fullness was the designer for the Egyptian as well as the Nature's Mother. She did the makeup for that. And then we have the Junie June, which is the evening wear, y'all. This
Check
is
it.
Junie June.
They just getting busy left and right, you know.
June. Lord have mercy.
That is nice.
I put it out on Facebook that
Yeah,
I needed
I've
a
been seeing it.
designer to do the evening wear for me.
Okay.
And in 2 weeks, Junie June gave me this.
Shout out to Junie June. That's what's up.
Junie
That's
June
nice.
gave me this in 2 weeks.
Man, you guys are
Yes.
working. There we go.
In 2 weeks. So Unique Raven did the makeup for the first few shots, the first few scenes that we did. And for the evening wear, the makeup artist's name is Aaron Gray.
Okay. Shout out to Alan
He
Gray.
did an excellent job.
That's what's up.
Let me talk about makeup artists as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
I'm finicky
There's
when
nothing
it
wrong
comes to
with
a
that.
makeup artist.
Yeah.
Only because I have lupus, so
Okay.
my skin is really, really sensitive. And one time I allowed a makeup artist to do my face. Well, twice, I'm sorry.
Mm.
I allowed a makeup artist to do my face. I ended up in the emergency room.
Oh God. We do not want that.
I ended up in the emergency room. Don't know
We
what
do
it
not want
was.
that.
Don't know what it was. But this gentleman, Aaron Gray, did my face for this shoot, for this particular segment right here.
Mm-hmm.
And the look that he gave me was phenomenal. That picture isn't up yet because we're looking to see if we can shop it around to another magazine.
Smart. Right.
But the look,
Check this out.
the look that he gave me
Yo.
in the makeup for that outfit was
Man, y'all doing
phenomenal.
y'all thing, man.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Wow.
Yeah, that's King and Queen of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And we did, basically
Look
that.
at them on the bottom too. Bottom left. Yeah, that's hot.
That's myself and Collins, yes. Shout out to Eustace Collins.
Hey. Collins was here
So-
with us too with the gray beard. Man.
Yeah,
Had a
I
good time
heard
with
he was
Collins
here a
here.
couple of days
Yeah.
ago. Yeah, him and the Platinum Tide.
Platinum Tide.
That's what
the
they call
name.
themselves.
Yeah.
Platinum Tide.
I
It's
call them the
him.
gray beards.
Yeah, it's him, David Hand,
Uh-huh.
and Oniqua Thomas.
That's right.
Yes.
Shout out to Big O. Shout out to Dave. What's up, y'all? Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Yeah,
Lord.
yeah.
So
That's
we put this
cute.
one up. Listen,
Oh,
ladies
my
and gentlemen,
goodness.
so nobody gets on Facebook and asks me,
Okay.
although some people do know, I am not your average model.
Okay.
I'm not in that 20 to 30 year age range. I
Right.
am not there. I'm a well-seasoned, mature model.
That's right.
And I'm gonna leave it like that. For the rest of folks that really know me personally, they know how old I am.
That's right.
The rest of y'all, I'm gonna leave y'all guess.
And that's how you're supposed to.
I'm gonna leave y'all
We're
guess.
gonna keep it ladylike. We're not asking those questions.
I'm not ashamed of my age. I've
shouldn't
aged
be.
gracefully. Thank
Oh, well, you
God.
can tell.
I've aged gracefully. You know, I've had a lot of people, no shade, say, when I grow up, I want to be like you.
That's
I'm
what's
like,
up.
"Okay, when I grow up, I need to be like me too. But yeah, it's been just in the last 2 years, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a very productive 2 years. I am the CEO of DIVAA
Uh-huh.
Casting Networks
Yes,
Incorporated.
yes,
That's
yes.
DIVAA.
Mhm.
Okay, and most people, so you understand what it stands for. I'm gonna give you a little bit of history. It's been more than 40 years.
Okay.
I'm not religious. I'm spiritual.
Yes.
So my home church is in Harlem, and a prophecy was spoken over my life more than 40 years ago that I would be in fashion. I paid no attention to. I knew I loved it.
Right.
I like how I look in clothes. I like being able to create things. I like being able to style things. I'm not a designer. I just know how to put it together.
Okay.
So it was a prophecy that I would be in fashion, that I would be going before great men and great women of the world. And that was more than 40 years ago. So when I came into fashion, actually, which was back in 1995,
Okay.
it took me a minute to adjust to being in the fashion world. It did.
World was really different in fashion. Back
Totally
in
different.
95.
Oh my God.
You know.
Nobody wanted a 5'4" female, African American at that. Nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted that look. But as years passed, and just like I said, in the last 2 years, I took on the prophecy. So diva is divinely inspired, victoriously anointed, and appointed.
I like that.
That's what diva
Like
is.
that. One more time for the audience. I
Diva,
like that.
DIVAA, divinely inspired, victoriously anointed, and appointed.
That is powerful, and I like it. That is
So
hot.
that is the name of my company,
Okay.
DIVAA Casting Networks and Productions Incorporated. And with that, in that, I post castings. I have a business page. It's called DIVAA Casting Networks.
Okay.
I post different castings that people can, can go to
And
as
apply
a go.
for. Yeah.
So as a separate page. And what I do also is when people say they're putting on shows, I help them find the right models for the show, the right
Okay.
models, the right designers. Hopefully that'll fit the concept that they want for the show.
Right. So you're kind of like cross promoting just to help out. just
Cross
because-
promoting
yeah,
just to help
yeah,
out.
Yeah.
So I wear many hats within this
Yeah.
modeling field. I'm a published model,
Yeah.
brand ambassador for 5 designers. Yeah,
Lord,
brand
girl.
ambassador for 5 designers. Runway coach,
Busy.
show coordinator, executive producer, assistant production manager. Who else have I gotten there? Now I'm creative.
See, remember
Editorial creative.
earlier in the conversation we were talking about that me time?
Well, listen, I still get my me time. Let me tell you how I did that. I got my me time. I used to work, notice I said used to, 5 days a week. Now I only work 3 days a week.
Okay.
So that still gives me my me time.
Gotta have the hats, you know?
Yeah.
And of course, like with everything that you do, it's not 50% because you did something else 100%. Everything is 110, 20, 50% because you
Yes.
wanted to come out the way you
I
wanted
wanted
to
to
come
come
out.
out right, especially if my name is behind it.
That's right. That's your brand. That's your face, you know?
My biggest accomplishment for this year, other than being on the magazine, was Rainbow Fashion Week. Now, I've modeled for Rainbow Fashion Week a number of times.
Okay.
This year is my 3rd year being connected with them, but this year I was connected with them to the capacity of the runway coach and the show coordinator for 7 straight days of fashion shows.
Jesus, that's a lot of work.
Shout out to Jagwood Beckford, CEO
That is a
of
lot of work.
Rainbow Fashion Week. Yes, it was a lot of work, but we did it. We had fun doing it. Every night was a different
It's
concept.
always beautiful at the end, you know?
Yes.
That's what all the hard work and everything is for. That's what I go to it for, you know?
I would say that models who think they can handle Rainbow Fashion Week, do it. That's me.
Right.
I'm not saying do every show because Jag's not gonna let you do every show.
Right.
But if you think you can handle Rainbow Fashion Week, I would say do it.
Hey, I encourage them to do it. Why not?
Have you ever done it?
I was there at the Rainbow Fashion Week. I did one, but
Oh, so you were in the audience. You just weren't.
no, I was actually like a friend of mine was doing a performance, so I was actually in her performance, but I wasn't actually on the runway.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? So
yes.
I was there. I got to witness everything, but I think for me to get casted in, I was a little late.
Yeah, you were
know,
a little late.
It'd be so much stuff going on, you know, casting, shoot there. Like I was just saying earlier, I just got finished with a crazy shoot this weekend. You know, I didn't get a chance to rest yet, and I'm like, wow, but this is what I asked for.
It's a
You
model's
know?
life.
And it's like, yeah, you tired now, but the minute somebody says, hey, there's something going on, you're like, how can I get in?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's not so much tired, it's that me time. You
It's
know,
a me time.
just to
I agree.
breathe and say, okay, I got something else done.
Now what?
Oh gosh.
As soon as we get the one thing done, here comes something else. I agree. I
and
agree.
like your regular life doesn't stop.
No,
you
it
know?
doesn't.
You still got these little things here and there in at home, and you know people that you care about. If you have any pets and stuff like that,
I don't
so
have any
life
pets.
doesn't stop.
Me and pets
you
don't
know?
get along. They
Oh.
would die in my house.
Me and you both.
They would die. They'd either die or get killed. Take your pick.
Okay,
But I'm
so
not-
she is not an advocate for pets.
Don't leave your pets with me. I'm telling y'all now.
Wow, that makes 2, 3. I mean, don't leave them with me, but ain't nothing gonna happen to them.
Don't
I'm gonna
leave
leave.
no-
I'm gonna leave the pets.
If you want to keep it, don't leave it with me. I'm keeping it real.
Hey, we have a caller. We have a caller coming in. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. How we doing? This is the plug. How we doing? Who are we, caller? Identify yourself. Talk to us.
I'm calling for Rhodesia.
Okay.
Who are you?
In sync.
Say it again.
You have a little bit of distraction in the back. Can you turn that down a little bit?
Okay.
Talk to us. Talk to us, caller.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you clearly now. What's your name?
I want to be anonymous. I just want to ask Rhodesia, what is your next project for 2019?
For 2019, it's a secret. See, if I put it out there, then it'll get stolen.
There you go.
All right. Can you tell me who? Can you tell me?
Can I tell you?
Yeah, I won't tell nobody.
Really?
I know who you are, but no. I can't tell you.
That's what I'm saying. No, this Kyle is calling.
What's that song?
That I was willing to do that shoot. No, I wasn't really willing.
You're a mess, man.
The shoot that you saw, those are leaves. Our makeup artist was so creative. She went next door. She cut the neighbor's grass, got some leaves, and pasted
on
on
the
it.
neighbor's grass. For
When I say that's a nature shot, that is a nature shot. Also, with these, I'm sleeping in the living room. My wife looked at the magazine. She goes, "Ain't that our furniture?" I bring stuff to a shoot. I don't play. I make sure I bring masks. When you do a shoot, you bring accessories.
That's right.
Accessories will make
That's
you a
Big C right there. Look at him.
Yeah, we were. I got to give it to Unique. She was in people's backyards, pulling leaves, pulling vines.
Make it work. Make it
She was
work.
making it happen.
That's how you do it. Wow. That's what's up, brother C, man. That was a great magazine. Like I was telling our beautiful guest here, that shoot y'all did in Egypt. My God, man. That was hot. I like that.
I can't give away the secret
Thanks.
to Egypt.
I love the concept. Something different for the people.
I ain't mad at you.
We get tired of seeing the same thing.
No doubt, man. Thank you for calling, brother. Thank you.
Anytime. Good luck, Rhodesia. Look forward to working with.
As we all are.
Trying to get the secrets on the air. Look
Thank
at
you.
that. Brother Collins.
Thank you, love.
Yeah, we
Oh,
did
man.
a couple of crazy things to do both shoots.
Man, but that's what's up, man. I mean, like I said, from my experience, watching, it's what you do. Oh, we have another caller. They like you. Hello. Got another caller coming in. Let's see what they want. See what they want to talk about.
Hello.
Hello. How we doing, caller? This is the plug. Hello. Hello, hello. Are we there? Are we on the air? You shy? You don't want to speak?
Hello?
Hey, there you go. How we doing? Hello.
Hello, how are you?
We're doing just fine. Who are we speaking to?
My name is Liz, the model scientist.
What's up, Liz? How you doing?
Very well, thank you. I'm actually glad to see Miss Rhodesia on stage, and I truly do admire her, and I do have a question for her.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm hoping she could answer it. You know, what do they call the wave, the platinum wave? They
Platinum
tend
Tide.
to
Platinum
do
Tide.
pretty well. You know, you hear about them a lot and all that. But what advice do you have for us silver foxes who are trying to make waves
Good
for
question.
ourselves?
Silver foxes.
Good question.
Wow. Considering I am one,
That's right.
okay, my advice would be to just do you. The industry, overall has a cookie cutter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not part of the Cookie Cutter Club.
There you go.
I am unique in and of myself.
Mm-hmm.
When I came back into fashion, it was a struggle because of one, my age,
Right.
and two, I had a different look. When I came in, everybody looked the same. Everybody either had, and this is no shade
right.
to anybody, so please don't take it personal. Everybody either had bald heads
Mm-hmm.
or weaves down their back.
Right.
It wasn't their natural hair.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't get picked at that time for a lot of shows until I met Miss Sophia.
Miss Davis, shout out to Miss Sophia Davis.
Miss Sophia Davis of Fashion Avenue News. And I went to an audition, and she said, don't get discouraged.
Mm-hmm.
I've got some designers who would love your look.
Mm-hmm.
And that was for my first Fashion on the Hudson show with her, which I believe was back in 2008, 2009.
What's up?
So after, and I'm saying all of this to say, just do you.
Mm-hmm.
Just be you, be who you are. Don't try and be a cookie cutter with anybody, because the patterns are not, it's not a one size fits all thing.
Right.
It just doesn't work. One size does not fit all. For some of us who are the silver foxes and the platinum tide, or those of us who are the mature models, we come with different sizes, shapes, especially as we're getting older. Oh, no, I'm sorry. As we season well.
Pretty much. I call it golden.
When we become seasoned.
There you go.
We come with different sizes and shapes and different looks. And so you have to find your niche in the fashion industry in terms of that look. Now, for me, I'm trying to create that niche for our season models, for our silver foxes.
Okay.
2019, I do have a project in my head. I don't want to speak about it because
There you go.
I'm not the kind of person that if you speak, well, I am the kind of person that if you speak about it, I'm not wishing bad luck on myself, but sometimes people take your ideas.
That's right.
Or sometimes you just can't go through with it because of finances and
Right.
things like that. So
Time
I'm going
is
to keep
not
it
right.
real.
Yeah.
I have something in my brain for the fall of next year, 2019. God willing, it will come to fruition. But when I do put it together,
All right.
I think the biggest piece of
just
advice.
be, yes,
Biggest
just
piece
be
of advice is
yourself.
like, yeah, be yourself. And
Just
it's
be
like
yourself.
you don't particularly want to stand in, you want to stand out.
You want to stand out.
You know what I mean? You don't want to fit in with the crowd. You want to be seen. You know?
If I were to take a scripture from the Bible, it says, "Be not conformed into this world."
Hey,
So don't conform.
Okay.
Don't conform.
there you go.
I'm not saying
There's
be
your answer.
rebellious, but you just don't have to look like everyone
That's
else.
right.
And as I'm being me, I'm surprised at how many people are trying to be me
Hey.
and look like me.
Hey.
I'm really surprised.
I'm not.
I am surprised.
I'm not.
Wow. Well,
So-
thank you.
You're very,
Thank you
very
for those
welcome.
words of advice.
You're welcome.
Thank you for calling.
All right. Okay. Good night.
You have a good night.
night. So where were we?
Wow, all over the place. Inside, doing these fashion shows and running in and out and ripping and running if they can handle Rainbow Fashion Week and all that stuff.
Yes,
That's where we
Rainbow
left off
Fashion.
at.
If you can
yeah.
have a Rainbow Fashion Week, then I suggest when the notice goes up, it will go up on Facebook,
Mhm.
or I'll inform you, or if I get a notice and I think that it's a good fit for you, I would suggest you do Rainbow. I also would suggest that models do Fashion on the Hudson.
That's definitely one of my markers because I missed it last year. I was in the audience, but I'm definitely aiming
Models
for that
do
this
Fashion
year.
on the Hudson.
For sure.
Miss Sophia is a fair
Yes, she
person.
is.
She's a very fair person. She
Yes, she
gives
is.
every model a chance. And here's the deal with Miss Sophia. I'm going to encourage you all also to network with Miss Sophia when she puts it out there.
That's right.
If she says she's having a networking party,
Come.
network.
Yeah,
it
come.
costs you nothing
Show up. That's
to,
all.
to just show up.
Yeah.
But don't show up empty-handed. Come with a business card. Come with a
Right,
comp card.
right.
Because networking pays off.
That's what it's about.
My first networking party with Miss Sophia got me my very first magazine shoot with iFashion magazine, Lloyd Crawford.
Wow. Wow. Shout out to Lloyd Crawford. Wow. Wow.
And that was back in 2014?
That wasn't that far ago.
That wasn't that far gone. Now, since 2014, no shade, simple fact, not a brag, simple fact, I've been published 12 times.
Wow.
12 times.
I'm about to get in the ball, y'all. I'm about to get in the ball. I'm telling you for real, man. That
I've been
is
published
awesome,
12
man.
times. In the underground fashion world, There's a lot of opportunities. We just have to take advantage of it.
Right.
Most people won't go to Miss Sophia's or don't go to Miss Sophia's networking. I don't know if it's because of time, but it can't. Your excuse cannot be because you don't have money.
That's right.
Because it's a free event. Every event she has for New Year's, her magazine networking parties. She has a magazine networking coalition with Billy Blunt. I can't name them all. iFashion magazine.
Okay.
Dana Hall with Elite Status magazine.
Okay.
Elle Anderson with Beyond Your Frame.
Okay.
She has a network, and new one that just came out with Andreen Williams.
Yeah, yeah.
She has a networking with a lot of these magazines. So all you have to do is show up. Just show up.
That's simple.
It's just that simple.
Yeah.
Show up. But when you show up, you come to impress.
Network,
You come
yeah.
to network, but you come to impress. Now, piece of advice to all the models, especially my females. When I say come to impress, be dressed to impress. Notice I said
Right.
dressed to impress.
Right, right, right. Some of them come and get dressed and get their makeup and everything done when they're there.
Come done.
You know?
Come done.
In other words, they should come like they're the last person walking in, make a statement.
Ex-
There you go. There you go.
Listen.
That's what I'm saying. Make a statement, man. They should be looking at that door to see you walking in.
Whenever I walk through the door, and again, this is no shade, so people don't think I'm vain or I'm narcissistic or anything like that. Whenever I do walk through the door, because of who I am and the way I carry myself, when I walk through the door, I can't get my coat off fast enough. I can't. I can't get my coat off fast enough. I'm like, wait a minute, but can I get my coat off, please? Can I get my hat off?
No.
Can I fix my lipstick? Come dressed to impress. If you're a model and you're doing a modeling networking event, the idea is to, I'm not going to say overdress, but come dressed to impress.
That's the whole idea.
Producers, photographers, magazines,
right.
designers, they look for that.
That's right.
They
That's
look
right.
for that. They look for that when you go to come to their shows too. Now, fashion shows, you know, most of the producers do have their own makeup artists and their own hairstylists, but the plug is
ironic.
that sometimes you might not get to sit at the table
That's
with
true.
the designer.
That's true.
I mean, with the
With the,
makeup
makeup
artist
artist,
or
right.
the hairstylist. Your best bet as a model, a female model,
Come
is
ready.
at least have your base on.
There you go.
If you've got your base on, the rest is gravy. And you can get up, get your face done, get your hair done, and still walk for as many designers as you feel.
Yeah, because y'all go through a lot with that makeup, man.
Listen.
Hours and hours, man.
I try and do mine before I get there.
Whew. Still hours and
The
hours.
only thing I end up having to do at best
Yeah,
is depending upon what the eye look is.
right. With
sitting
the theme or whatever
that's
it is.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it.
Very, very interesting. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more Miss Rhodesia. She has a lot more to tell us about DIVAA. This is Sandor.
Yes.
This is my guest, Rhodesia. We'll be back with the plug in a few.
Yeah, baby, I like the way you shake body. I get money, and then you bring my encode. Yeah, I swear I lie. Say, Woody, make sure you don't go sorry. Forget your worry. I dey come to spend so lash your money. Where? Yeah, yeah, bro, da da, yeah, jam, bro, yeah, oh, yeah, bro. Ah, oh, yeah, bro, da da, yeah, bro, yeah, bro. Hey, yeah, bro, da da, yeah, jam, bro, yeah, ah, oh, yeah, bro, yeah, bro, yeah, bro, yeah, bro, yeah, bro. And then yeah, Friday, oh, you will confirm me, Kwakoi. My DB pay, me compare baby, I kwashakodi. Minti wu pace, obi ampaka asembesi. Me tu kokobi, me babe swa kofi akoti. Hey, yeah bro, yeah bro, yeah bro. Ah, oh, yeah bro, yeah bro, yeah bro, yeah bro. Hey, yeah bro, yeah bro, yeah yeah. Ah, oh, yeah bro, me bro, Missy Maggie Many. Jojo Mejimeni, Wabina Gigi Weni, hey, Abuba Gigi Weni, Nemri Papa Bini, Enti Shiji Weni, Dishi Weni, Kindi Buchi Weni, Missy Shiji Weni, Yabrudada and Cambroya. Me chance bo me win and power see koto and your Monday you di me chia you meet your meter me twan wo Friday hashtag Dangote for Twitter share yeah bro yeah bro
Hey, welcome back. Still have my co-host for the night, for the rest of the night, Miss Rhodesia. Yes. We were talking about her DIVAA and a lot of what's going on in the fashion world. We were, really discussing how some of the models treat some of the clothes after they're finished on the runway. Some of the models, they don't give the clothes back the way they got them. They take the clothes and just toss them. And I think it's real disrespectful. Like, if somebody takes their time to make something and it's really nice and you really like it and they allow you to, represent on the runway, when you're done, you give put it back on the hanger.
It's not even
hold it back up. Give it back in a respectful way. You don't just, because I see a lot of models take the clothes and it's, I'm going.
Toss it. It's not even if they make something beautiful. If they told you to wear a burlap sack,
right,
which I have done, literally. They turned a burlap sack into a garment. Yes, they did. Then you give it back to them the way they gave it to you.
That's right.
If they hand it to you in your hand, you give it back. If they give it to you and it's on a hanger.
Hello, Cola. How we doing? Hello.
We know you're there.
Hello.
Hello.
Who's this?
Hi, Plug. Oh my God, I want to tell you both that I'm really entertained on what I'm watching tonight. I'm really excited about the Diva segment, and I want to really commend Sandor on doing such a wonderful segment tonight. We're so unique.
I think SoUnique is on the line trying to play a joke and it's not working.
It's really not working.
What's up, sis?
What's going on, people? Y'all doing an amazing job. Y'all look really amazing. I wanted to shout out the Plug tonight. I'm really sorry to all the viewers and listeners
That's okay.
in the studio tonight. But, there were other things that were going on. But I want to commend you, Sandor. You're doing an outstanding job.
Thank you, sis.
Sandor's doing a great job.
Thank you, sis.
And
Thank you.
Nanette, I really want to welcome you, to the
Hi,
Plug
how
family.
are you?
I wasn't able to be there tonight, but, cordially welcome you. But I definitely want to welcome you to the Plug family.
Oh, yeah,
it is an honor to have you on the show. I know you're going to bring that heat every time you bring your segment. And I definitely want to shout out the other guest that was in the building tonight, RafsCRafts.
That's right. Shout out to
He's
Rav.
an amazing individual. So, I'm
That's
really
what's
proud
up.
of you guys.
All right, thank you.
All right, sis. Thank you.
All right, guys. I'm going to get off the line. You guys continue to have a great show. I'll be there next week.
No doubt. We'll see you next week, sis.
All right, bye-bye.
Later. Shout out to Miss SoUnique and Mr. Serotonin. Calling in trying to fool us.
What?
But Yeah, it's like when somebody gives you something, they're kind enough. I just feel like you should show some respect and give it back. Not in a trashy way, but in a respectful way. Hey, give the garments back.
It's called model etiquette, and there are a few things models need to understand in this industry. So let me keep it real. We, as are in the fashion industry, as we know it, and we understand this to be the underground fashion industry. To my models who are in the underground fashion industry, everybody's aim is to do something bigger.
Right.
We all want to do Versace, Gucci, Donna Karan. We want to do Miami Fashion Week. And, we want to do all those big shows, and we want to be in Vogue, and we want to be on the cover of Elle. And oh my God, everyone has a dream. Seriously, if you can't do it here, you're not going to do it there. If you can't give respect in the underground fashion, you are not going to do it in the regular fashion. For the simple fact that we are hard here, we're like taskmasters here, but you do not want to, no shade on anybody, you do not want to be in the white man's world trying to be in a fashion show. You just don't want to do it. Because a lot of models I see lack discipline. They lack discipline, they lack respect for who they are as a model. I had a coordinator I did a show in DC Fashion Week. And the coordinator for that show, his name is Dante. He says, everywhere you go, you are a model.
Right.
And everything you do, you are a model.
That's right.
Whether you're on the runway or not, you represent yourself as a model because you're representing your brand.
That's right.
You're not just, oh, I'm a model. Okay. But what's your brand? Hello.
Yeah.
But what's your brand? You're not just the model, it's your name, it's your reputation, it's your face, and the people you represent, especially if you're represented by an agent or an agency or some kind of model management company. You are a brand and you represent yourself. So ergo, when you're sent to go see a casting or a photo shoot, or you're in a show and you show up late, me, I'm going to tell you now, if I'm in charge, you're going to go home.
Go home. It's that simple. Go home.
My policy is if you're early, you're on time.
That's right.
If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, you get to go home. Because there are
Metro car refund.
There are no divas other than the DIVAA. There are no divas and there are no dons when it comes to the underground.
That's right.
In the fashion industry, period. You have to show up. If the casting is at 3 o'clock, I'm there at least an hour early.
I would want to just see what's going on.
Hello.
Before, I walk in there, I got to do my little research. That's why I show up early. Like, what's the point of walking in and you don't know what's going on?
You don't know what's going on. If you're part of a show, case in point, if you're part of Miss Sophia's show and she tells you call time is 9 o'clock and you show up at 9:01, door is closed. Y'all need to know that about Miss Sophia. I love her. I respect her for who she is and how she carries herself as a producer of her show. She is the #1 fashion producer in the underground industry here in fashion.
That's right.
So when she puts on a show and you have been cast for her show and she says call time is 9 o'clock, I suggest you get there at 8 o'clock. If you need to spend the night, spend the night. But be there by at least an hour earlier.
You see how you said that and you spoke on the importance of how she directs and run her shows. That's a major part of it because depending on what fashion show you're in, whoever your manager is per se, if you have management agency or whatever, but the director, they shouldn't allow these things to go on. They allow it. So when they allow it, the models, hey, we can just come and do whatever here. So they're not going to gain that respect either. There's no direction. There's no direction.
There's no direction. And the downside to that also is if you're late, you get the last of the pickings.
True. And you're going to be mad.
And you're going to be mad when you can't walk for one time.
You're going to see that dress or something. You're going to be like, that's my size.
And how come I can't walk? Can I walk for you? They go up to the, can I walk for you? Can I walk for you? I'm just keeping it real, y'all. I'm sorry.
Not for nothing, no. Like, that needs to be spoken on because you really can't run up on designers and be asking them, can you wear their stuff? if they don't tap you and say, "Hey, are you a model? Are you walking?" If they don't offer, I really don't think you should walk up. Hey, you got some nice stuff. Let me see if I can put. Not gonna work out for you.
I've been in the modeling industry since I started in 1995, and I've gotten this far, respecting myself first.
That's right.
You have to respect yourself first for who you are, and again, your brand, your name. If you don't respect you, no one else will.
That's right.
So if you walk into a show where you're supposed to be modeling and you're 2 to 3 hours late and the show's just
forget
about
about
ready
it.
to
Just
start,
don't come.
You know doggone well all you're going to get is the last of the pickings.
Just don't come.
You might as well not come. You might as well
Just
not
don't come.
Really.
It makes no sense to show up
It
that
really
late.
makes no sense. Because if you were at your 9 to 5
I was gonna say
and
that.
you showed up for 2-3 hours late without calling somebody and letting them know you're going to be late,
Oh, they'll do you dirty. They'll let you work and
you
then
would
send
be
you home.
hurt. You would be hurt if your paycheck got docked,
That's right.
or if you have a habit of being chronically late. If your boss says, "Listen, I can't do this with you anymore. I gotta let you go."
It boils down to professionalism,
It
respect
does.
and professionalism.
It does.
If you're gonna do something, whether it's pain or not, give it that professionalism, give it that respect. Otherwise,
Now
don't
you
waste
mentioned
anybody's
paid
time.
or not. A lot of models want to get paid.
For what?
Wait, hold up. Y'all can't get paid until you pay your dues.
That's what I'm saying. For what?
You can't. Don't think after 6 weeks, 6 months, 1 year, I want to get paid. Y'all can't get paid if you don't pay your dues. The flip side of that is, if you are not respectable of your craft,
right.
you certainly will not get paid.
Professional, man. Professionalism is important.
Everybody talking about they want to get paid. I want to get paid too.
I'm just still trying to figure out for what though.
Yeah. so am I. I'm just keeping it real, y'all. You cannot get paid unless you respect your craft. Your boss pays you because you have a skill.
That's right.
You bring something to the table. Fashion models have skills. You
That's
bring
right.
something to the table. If you expect to get paid, respect your craft.
Facts.
Showing up late, throwing
not
garments
gonna
on the
help you.
floor,
Bad rap
catching
sheet.
attitudes,
Yeah, it's a bad
cursing
rap
out
sheet.
people, fighting and carrying on behind the backstage area.
You'll never
That's
catch me there. I'll be out.
That's not going
I'll
to
be
get you
out.
paid. That's not going to get you paid.
Mm-mm.
It will not get you paid. It won't get you recognized either.
And nobody's gonna want to work with you after that either.
Exactly.
That's the shame of it. It's like you have to be professional. That's the best word I can use for it. As long as you're professional and pretty much like if you're even in the after party or when you have downtime, just be conscious of what you're doing and who's watching. There's always
exactly.
people watching you.
Someone
You
always
know what I mean?
watching.
They always have something to spill or something to tell. You just kind of try to keep the negative stuff out of it. Know that you have a purpose. Focus on your purpose. Get out of there.
That's it.
Execute. That's what you came there for, to get pictures or the network or to get into a magazine, then execute and be out.
Be out.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
I have a quick question. Who trained you to walk? Because
Again,
you've been in this for a minute.
I've been in
and
this for a minute. So
you are
let's-
fabulous at it. So it's like, that's the one thing I haven't heard anyone ask yet. Like, who got your footsteps together?
my footsteps. Let me back this up. Again, I started back in 1995.
Right.
Now, the way that started was I was working at Lincoln Hospital in the Bronx.
Okay.
And a gentleman, I was going one way down the hallway, and he was coming another. It wasn't any big deal. To me, he wasn't a big deal at that time. But all he said to me, he didn't say, "Excuse me, ma'am." He didn't say nothing other than, "Let me see you walk." I looked at him like he had two heads. And I said, "I am walking."
Right.
He said, "No, I want to see your walk." And he showed me what he wanted me to do. And after that, it was gravy. And his name is, and I hope he's listening, his name is Anais Mans.
Hey, shout out to Anais Mans. We hope you're listening.
His name is Anais
Wow.
Mans. He showed me how to improve my walk for the runway. Now, everybody has a walk. We all walk. We learned to walk when we were toddlers, or some of us before we got to be toddlers. So we walk. We know we walk.
Right.
But there's a particular walk for the runway. We have the European walk. Back in
Right.
the days, we used to have the Brazilian stomp. Yeah, you look like what's that movie? March of the Wooden Soldiers coming down the runway. It was so hilarious. There's the European walk, there's the urban walk, there was the Brazilian stomp. You know, everybody has their own unique style.
Right.
But when this gentleman, a nice man, showed me some things,
So I mean, he was a model instructor.
he was a model
working in the
as
hospital.
well. No. He was there on business.
Oh, he was passing through.
He was just passing through.
I wouldn't call that luck. You know how spiritual people feel about
Yeah, I
that.
hear
You was
you.
where you needed to be.
Yeah. He was just passing through, and he said, "Show me your walk." So once he showed me how to do a few things, you know, it's been
Gravy, huh?
gravy ever since.
Shoo-wee.
And I try and teach other models
Yeah.
how to walk, just improve their walk. Don't, again, be yourselves. Don't try and be this cookie cutter pattern thing. Be yourselves. How to improve your walk, men as well as women.
Right.
Yeah, I've had some men say, "Can you teach me?" Yes, I have. I have a.
Okay.
He calls himself Grasshopper. His name is Kendrick Miles.
Shout out to
I hope
Kendrick
he's
Miles.
listening. But yeah, he showed me how to walk.
Mm-hmm.
He showed me a few tricks that I see people trying to copy,
Okay.
and I have to laugh. I'm sorry, because if you're gonna do it, you need, as far as I'm concerned, since I know who taught me how to do. If you're gonna do it, you need to learn how to do it right.
I'm about to learn how to do it right, y'all.
I'm gonna have to show you at a casting or at a class. But the one thing most models do, and I tell a model, if you're going to put on a garment that has a coat or a jacket, this is men as well as women.
Okay.
Don't put it on if you can't. Don't take it off if you can't put it back on.
Right. Don't let it get stuck and you look
Don't let
stupid.
it, what?
And then-
Because that's how you're. And the
Dumb.
one thing most people do with jackets and coats and things,
yeah.
when they take it off, they have a tendency to ball it up. No, if you're going to take it off, first of all, it has to slide down properly so you can get it off and at least put it across your shoulder or put it across your arm. Never ball it up. But for those of us, and there are only a few of us, if you're going to take it off, you need to know how to put it back on.
I'm gonna have to learn that because I've seen that done a couple of times, but I'm not gonna try that on the runway, man.
The shoulder, no. You're not a matador. It's not a cape or a jacket. If it's a cape,
Wrong.
if it's a cape, fine. But if it's a jacket or a coat, draping it over your shoulders, for me, it takes away from the outfit.
That's the whole
men
purpose.
don't wear their coats on their shoulders.
There you go.
Sometimes women do or can,
Right.
but men don't wear their coats
Over
or their
their shoulders
jackets
like that.
over their shoulders like
Yeah.
that. So if you take it off as a man,
Better be able to put it
either
back on.
fling it over your shoulder, put it on your arm, or learn how to get it back on.
Listen, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll be back in a few with Miss. She is wonderful, y'all. She is wonderful. We'll be back with more of Mr. Nanette and the Plug.
I was looking for the sun when I looked up to the sky, but the rain came down on you and but I kept you warm and you kept me calm, and that's how we survived. I was looking for a sign when I looked into your eyes, then I realized I really should be looking for your smile. You're so amazing, you're breathtaking. The relationship's still alive. The relationship's still alive, girl. The relationship is still alive, girl. The relationship's still alive, babe. Our relationship will never die, no. Our relationship will never die, oh. Ship is still alive, baby. I remember all the days that I took you on the beach and wrapped you in my arms. Girl, I looked into your eyes, I got too hypnotized, told you you're my only one. And I remember the nights under the moonlight, making love under the stars. And girl, you gave me your heart, and you showed me some lows. Baby girl, that's just how relationship goes. Tell me the when, show me the how. I'll be there to get the job done, cause I trust you trust me. And girl, I love you, and you love me. My princess, my baby. The relationship's still alive. The relationship's still alive. The relationship is still alive. The relationship's still alive. Our relationship will never die. No, our relationship will never die. Oh, ship is still alive, babe. The relationship's still alive. The relationship's still alive. The relationship is still alive, girl. The relationship's still alive, babe. Our relationship will never die. No, our relationship will never die. 20 years down the line, ship is still alive, baby.
Hey, welcome back. We had fun. We had a great show. You know, shout out to RafsCRafts again. RafsCRafts is doing a lot of drawing. We was talking about a lot of Marvel stuff.
I saw that.
You know,
So let me ask you a question, real quick.
talk to me.
Who was the first Joker? The first Joker.
Now, you mean on TV or in the comics?
TV, movies.
TV, movies. You know, I really don't know his name, but I do remember the TV show that got most of my attention with Adam West. I always remember who Batman is.
I know you remember Batman.
But I don't remember who was the first Joker. This is a shocker. This is Miss Fashion everything, and she knows about the first Joker, and I don't.
The first Joker was Cesar Romero, 1966.
I wasn't born till 70.
That's okay. Since you were born 70 something, you should know who the second one was.
Uh-oh.
Come on.
Uh-oh.
Come on.
You know who the second one is too?
Yeah.
I'm doing bad, y'all. I'm doing bad. Who's the second one?
Jack Nicholson.
Wait. Now, that Joker from TV with Adam West came before Jack Nicholson. I remember Jack Nicholson and Michael Keaton. But right before they came out with that movie,
the movie
they had before they came out with that. See, you should remember this one. I don't remember all the actors, but remember the Batman and Robin TV show that they replayed every Saturday of them climbing up the wall.
Yeah.
Just
Pow,
up the wall.
bing.
That was supposedly the
Instead
first
of
Batman
hitting,
movie.
the words were flying across the screen. Seriously, just hit the kid. Just hit him. Just hit him.
That was supposedly the
So
first
we've got
Batman
some
movie.
comments up here. What does that
Let's see what the
say?
people talking about.
Okay.
No doubt, the arts. That's Fred. Shout out to Fred. Shout out to Jazz. Shout out to SoUnique.
All right.
Hey,
Okay.
Michelle. Shout out to Michelle.
Shout out to everybody.
Hey, Rizana Johnson. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey,
Shout out to the
everybody.
fans. Shout out to everybody leaving comments. Everybody viewing. Everybody checking us out, listening to the conversations at hand. Some of them are some really serious comments. You know, some advice that people should really take on their
Yes.
endeavors to be a better model.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But yeah, you surprised me with that. You know a little bit about the Joker stuff. She's a comic heroine right now.
Don't ask me too much about the 21st century now.
But they've changed a lot of it. So
Listen.
not for nothing, you remember the stuff I remember.
Okay.
You know, but the stuff they doing today is new to me too. So don't feel bad. Because a lot of these things just didn't happen. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I heard a producer of one of these movies. I'm not too sure which one, but they got a lot of questions as to why they changed the script in the movies, you know, as per what the book is actually stating. And he gave a pretty good answer. You know, he said, you know, you guys have read all the stories, you know, that have been printed out already. You already know what's going to happen. So we want to
So
give
we
you
keep it
something
interesting.
that you haven't
I
seen
got you.
before.
Mhm.
That's what made me watch and keep watching, because other than that, I was really getting upset.
Okay.
I even wrote in a fan letter. Never got answered, but yeah, I took it that serious. I wrote in a fan letter.
You were critical of something? Come on.
I was. But yeah, we're coming to our close. I was having fun, man. You know, I had some more things I wanted to talk about, but
Next time.
you know, you're always welcome back to the show.
Speaking of being welcomed back,
Yes.
as I understand it, I'm going to be a co-host.
Oh, you're part of the team.
I'm
What
part
do you
of the
mean?
team.
Part of Team Plug. Hey. See, you're gonna be in here a lot more
I'm
often
going
than
to
you
be in here a
think.
lot more often than most people do.
You know.
At least once a month, right?
That's right.
That's right.
You'll be here. Our host SoUnique will be back Monday. Serotonin will be back Monday. I'll be back Monday. You know, you never know who's gonna pop up on the plug. You
never know. Never know.
Shout out to our guest that came out, of course, the Miss Rhodesia. She hung out with me all night. She's the best.
Yeah, it's past my bedtime, y'all. So, let me stop. So my since you didn't ask, no, how do you find me, people? Let me tell you how you find me. I'm on Facebook as Nanette Rhodesia Swain. I have 2 pages under that name. One is my regular page. Don't get upset with my regular page, y'all. Please don't get upset. I keep it real on my regular page. And the other one is my fan page.
Okay.
There, I'm strictly model. I have my business page, which is DIVAA Casting Networks.
There we go.
DIVAA Casting Networks and Production.
Okay.
I also have a page that's called Lupus Awareness. Lupus Awareness and Education. And I have that page for a specific reason. I'm gonna do this real quick. I have lupus. So my initial for becoming a model was to make people aware of lupus. Now, everybody that has lupus is not a model.
Right.
But everybody that has lupus can possibly be a model because there are different segments, there are different legs
There you
to
go.
having lupus. But
Inspiration.
we'll talk about
Yes.
that another time
Right.
on one of my own segments.
That's right.
And okay, I've done lupus, me. Yeah, that's enough. That's me.
Any Instagram?
My Instagram is Rhodesia60. Okay? RHODESIA 60. That's me
There you go.
on Instagram.
You guys can catch up with her. You know, she does an array of many things, model coaching to, you know, doing the actual fashion shows. Like, she's the real deal. So, I mean, I would really, you know, catch up with her if you guys are really pursuing modeling or want to be in magazines and stuff like that, because I'm going to work with her as far as my walk and learning some new things. Watch
All right
this.
now.
You know, but this has been an interesting show. I had a great time.
Great time.
You know, we're going to say goodbye to the viewers, and we'll see them again next Monday. This is your host for the night, Sandor, and my co-host for the night, Miss Rhodesia. And we will see you guys next Monday when our host will return, Miss SoUnique and Mr. Serotonin. We'll see everybody next Monday on The Plug.
Good night.
Good night.